Good morning. What a nice, wonderful morning it is. My name is Fred Conley, and I have the distinct pleasure of introducing Diane Battiato. For many of you here, you already know the qualifications for Diane. She's been the Registrar of Deeds for over the last 4 years. But when I think about the things that Diane has done, there are three things that I think are important in terms of the next person we elect to what they call the combined office. It doesn't really have a name yet, but we call it the combined office. First of all, we want to elect someone we trust, and we know Diane has been trustworthy in terms of the office that she holds now as Registrar of Deeds. We want someone who has integrity, and we know that Diane has integrity. But one of the other most important qualifications we want in an elected official is customer focus. And Diane, as the Registrar of Deeds, has been certainly customer focused over the last 4 years, and that's the kind of integrity, trustworthy, and customer focus we want in the combined office moving forward. There are a lot of other things we could say about Diane, but I think we all know them. We love her. We think she's sincere, and she certainly embodies the three major qualifications. And without further ado, I want to introduce Diane Battiato. Woo!
Thank you, Fred, for that wonderful introduction. I don't even need to get up here now because I think you've got it taken care of. But very nice introduction, and I appreciate all your kind words. I want to thank all of you here, my family, my friends, my steadfast supporters, my staff. Without you, it wouldn't be as special of a day as it is today. This is a very important day for me, and I appreciate all of you being here. Last fall, the Douglas County Board of Commissioners asked the voters to decide whether the offices of the Register of Deeds and Assessor should be merged. The voters supported the merger, and in the 2014 elections, they'll decide who will lead this new office. There was never a doubt in my mind that I'd seek to continue my service to this great community, and therefore today, I'm pleased to announce my candidacy for the new combined office. For the last 9 years, I've had the honor and privilege to serve as your Douglas County Register of Deeds. During my time of service, my great team and I have brought integrity, high-quality service, and efficiencies back to the Register of Deeds office. The strong fiscal practices and strategies have allowed me to save Douglas County taxpayer nearly $2.5 million by absorbing thousands of dollars in increases in health care and labor contracts negotiated by our county board. My first approved budget back in 2005 and 6 was $1.37 million. 7 budgets later, we ended our budget at $1.35 million. So we went down in our budgets. This year we're budgeted a 0 increase. So we're working very hard to be as frugal as possible. During this same time, I've returned $20 million above our operational cost back to the county's general fund. These dollars are used to fund the non-revenue generating offices. In addition, my office has invested nearly $500,000 for state-of-the-art technology to streamline the Register of Deeds processes for you, our customers. I've been successful in meeting the ever-demanding technological needs of our users through the efficient use of available resources that we're enabled to use. With the great hard work of my team, we've accomplished a great deal. It's this leadership and management style that will be needed for the new combined office. In the beginning, we will have a department that is well-oiled, a well-oiled machine with strong fiscal strategies. The other department whose previous leadership has appeared dazed and confused. I'm prepared to accept the responsibilities of the new office. I have 28 years of real estate experience with 28 years as a broker. My solid background will enable me to strengthen my base of knowledge so that I can lead this exciting new office with confidence and with a sense of purpose and direction. I've studied the current state of the assessor's office, and I found that the largest challenge I'm going to face will be the correction of assessments of the home and business properties in Douglas County. Time and time again, I hear stories and testimonials about how the valuations or assessments of a specific property is completely inaccurate. This is supported by the tens of thousands of property valuation protests which have been presented to the Board of Equalization throughout the years. It's the fiduciary responsibility of our assessor of every county to ensure that those valuations of property are correct. When a property owner is overvaluated on his property, that taxpayer has to pay more in property taxes than he or she should. These are dollars that could be used by our many local businesses to help our overall economy, by creating jobs, for example. But overvaluation is not just a residential property owner problem. It's a small business owner problem. It's a business property owner problem, a residential renter problem, and yes, even a jobs problem. And let me give you an example on that. All of the expenses incurred by a property owner help determine the rental rate for a small business. When a small business owner rents retail, office, or industrial property to operate his or her business, part of the cost to that small business owner is determined by the amount of property taxes that that building owner has to pay. So the small business owner will have to make choices if those property taxes are not assessed properly. Will that small business owner be able to expand? Will that small business owner be able to hire more employees? It all depends on the dollars they have to expend. On the other hand, the owners of residential, retail, office, or industrial properties who rent their properties to others can also be negatively impacted by an erroneous amount of property taxes. If property owners pay more taxes than they need to, they will be pricing themselves out of the market for potential tenants. Tenants who would be able to rent their property if the rent was lower. No one escapes the impact negatively when we're required to pay more in property taxes than we should. When property taxes are out of line, so too are the residential rental rates. Consequently, families are being forced to live in inadequate spaces because they can't afford to rent what they really need. If the property owner wasn't paying more taxes in property taxes than he or she should, perhaps that family could rent a home more according to their needs. The true value of your property is very, very important. How would you feel if you were paying taxes based on a $300,000 assessment, but then you were told that your house only appraised at $210,000? What do you think is going to happen to the selling price of that house? Or how would you feel if you found the perfect home to purchase, only to learn that the bank will not give you the mortgage on that purchase price because your house's value is much lower? No one in our community is untouched when the property we own, rent, purchase, or sell doesn't have the value we thought it did because we pay the price for those errors. We cannot ask our citizens to pay more in taxes than they should. If your home is worth $150,000, then you should be paying taxes on its true value, not an incorrect assessment. I am the right leader for the new combined office. I will decide and I will work hard to create a well-operating Register of Deeds office. I'm the only choice who doesn't need a learning curve. I'm the choice who can bring new leadership and efficient, effective management to the new combined office. I'm the choice who can and will focus on solving the assessment problems that are plaguing our community today. My goal, and I pledge to you, Douglas County property owners, to bring my management style to the assessor's office and focus on problem solving now. We've waited long enough. 16 years has been more than enough time to address the problem of overtaxing our citizens. It's time now to fix those problems. It's time to be the responsible steward the taxpayer expects and deserves. It's time for Diane Battiato. I've already done half the work. Give me the opportunity to finish the job. Thank you.